Folks, let's talk about something that changes everything. It's not about how much money you make right now. It's not about the car you drive or the house you live in. The single most important factor in building wealth is your mindset. Your money mindset is simply what you believe about money. It's the story you tell yourself. Do you believe money is evil? Do you think wealthy people are all greedy? Or do you believe that money is a tool? A tool that you can use to change your family tree, to help others, and to live a life of peace and security. Your beliefs drive your actions, and your actions determine your results. So, we have to get our thinking right first. Many people grow up with what we call a scarcity mindset. This means they believe there's never enough. They worry constantly about running out of money. They're afraid to take risks because they fear losing what little they have. This kind of thinking keeps you stuck. It makes you play defense with your money instead of offense. You're always just trying to survive, not thrive. This mindset comes from what you heard growing up. Maybe your parents always said, money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that. These ideas stick with you, and they control your financial decisions without you even realizing it. It's time to break free from that fear. On the other hand, there's an abundance mindset. This is the belief that there are plenty of opportunities out there to build wealth. People with this mindset see money not as something to be hoarded in fear, but as something to be managed and grown. They aren't afraid of money. They see it as a resource. They know that with a plan, hard work, and discipline, they can create a better financial future. They don't blame their circumstances. They take personal responsibility for their choices. This is the mindset of a winner. This is the mindset that will lead you from being broke to being a blessing to others. It's a choice you have to make every single day. So, why does this matter so much? Because your mindset is the foundation of your entire financial house. If you have a cracked foundation of fear and scarcity, everything you try to build on top of it will eventually crumble. You can have the best budget in the world, but if you secretly believe you don't deserve to be wealthy, you'll find a way to mess it up. You have to believe that you can win with money. You have to believe that you are in control. When you change your thinking, you change your life. It's that simple, and it's that powerful. Winning with money is 80% behavior and 20% head knowledge. And that behavior starts between your ears. So, how do you actually start building this positive money mindset? It begins with being intentional. You have to replace the lies you've been believing with the truth. One of the best ways to do this is to surround yourself with positive messages about money. Start listening to podcasts, reading books, and watching videos from people who have won with money and are teaching others how to do the same. Turn off the negative news that's always screaming about how bad the economy is. Instead, fill your mind with stories of hope and success. You become who you hang around with, and you believe what you constantly hear. So, choose to listen to voices of wisdom and encouragement. Another powerful step is to start practicing gratitude. It's hard to stay in a negative scarcity mindset when you are thankful for what you already have. Every single day, take a moment to write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for. It could be the roof over your head, the food on your table, or the job that provides your income. This simple act shifts your focus from what you lack to what you possess. It rewires your brain to see the abundance that is already in your life. When you appreciate what you have, you open yourself up to receiving more. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles, and that includes financial miracles. You also need to change the words you use. Stop saying things like, "I'm so broke," or "I'll never get out of debt." Your words have power. They can either build you up or tear you down. Instead, start speaking your goals into existence. Say, "I'm working a plan to become debt-free," or "I'm learning how to build wealth." This isn't just wishful thinking, this is you declaring your intentions. You're telling yourself and the world that you are on a new path. This language shift helps solidify your new beliefs. You're not faking it until you make it. You are speaking the truth about the direction you are heading. Finally, celebrate your small wins. Did you stick to your budget for a whole week? Celebrate that. Did you pay off a small debt? High-five yourself. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. If you only wait to celebrate until you cross the finish line, you'll burn out. These small celebrations create positive momentum. They prove to your brain that you are capable of winning. Each small victory builds your confidence and reinforces the belief that you are in control of your money. It makes the journey enjoyable and helps you stay motivated for the long haul. Remember, little hinges swing big doors. Big. Alright, once your mindset is heading in the right direction, it's time for action. The first and most important action is to give every dollar a name before the month begins. That's called a budget. A budget is not a straitjacket designed to keep you from having fun. A budget is you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. It's you taking control. For years, people have been controlled by their money. It's time to flip that script. A zero-based budget, where your income minus your expenses equals zero, is the best way to do this. You are giving every single dollar a job to do, whether that job is paying bills, buying groceries, saving, or paying off debt. Now I know what some of you are thinking, Dave, I've tried budgeting, it doesn't work for me. That's like saying you tried a diet but it didn't work because you kept eating cake. The budget didn't fail, the follow-through failed. You have to be intentional, and you have to do it with your spouse if you're married. Sit down together and make a plan. It will probably take you a few months to get the hang of it, and that's okay. It's not about being perfect, it's about making progress. A budget gives you permission to spend. It gives you freedom, not restriction. It's the tool that will guide you out of the financial darkness and into the light. The next critical step is to start saving. The very first goal for everyone should be to save a beginner emergency fund of $1,000. This isn't a wealth building account, this is a Murphy repellent account. Because Murphy will show up, the car will break down, the air conditioner will go out, or a kid will need braces. When you have that $1,000 saved, a crisis doesn't become a catastrophe. You can handle the emergency without going into debt. This small cushion of cash gives you a sense of security and peace that you may have never felt before. It's your first big win on the path to financial freedom. Once you have your baby emergency fund, you move on to paying off all your debt except the house. After that, you build a fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. This is your real safety net. This is what protects you from a job loss or a major medical event. It keeps you from ever having to rely on debt again. Saving isn't glamorous, and it requires sacrifice. You might have to say no to some things in the short term so you can say yes to your future. But let me tell you, the peace of mind that comes from having a pile of cash in the bank is worth more than any fancy dinner or new gadget. Once you have a solid foundation, you're debt-free with a fully funded emergency fund, it's time to start growing your wealth. This is where you really get to go on offense. The primary way to build wealth over the long term is through investing. Now don't let that word scare you. Investing is not just for the rich or for Wall Street geniuses. It's for you. It's for teachers, firefighters, and everyday people. The key is to invest consistently over a long period of time in good growth stock mutual funds. You don't have to be a stock market expert, you just need a plan and the discipline to stick with it through good times and bad. Think of it like this: when you invest, you are putting your money to work for you. Instead of you working for every dollar, your dollars start working to make more dollars through the power of compound interest. Let's say you invest a few $100s every month. Over time, that money grows. Then, the earnings on that money start to earn their own money. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but with time, it becomes a massive force. This is how normal people become millionaires. They don't win the lottery, they just invest consistently for decades. Your single greatest tool for building wealth is your income, and your second greatest is time. But investing isn't the only way to grow your wealth. You should also be focused on increasing your most powerful wealth-building tool, your income. Never stop learning and developing new skills. Are there certifications you can get in your field that would lead to a raise? Can you learn a new skill on the side that could turn into a small business? In today's world, there are endless opportunities to learn online, often for free or at a low cost. The more value you can bring to the marketplace, the more money you can earn. Don't be passive about your career. Be proactive and always look for ways to grow and improve. So, let me leave you with this. Building wealth is absolutely possible for you. I don't care where you're starting from. I don't care how many mistakes you've made in the past. Today is a new day. It starts with changing your mindset from one of fear to one of hope. It continues with taking control of your money through a budget and saving. And it culminates in building a brighter future by investing wisely and growing your skills. You can do this. You have what it takes to change your family tree forever. The journey begins with one simple step. Take that step today. You'll look back years from now and be so glad you did.